Here we go. It is Mutator Madness, and we are starting off with unlimited jumps and flips for both of these guys as they play in this game number 1. Now, this one is probably going to be a more exotic game mode, so in the future, they're going to be a little bit more tame, but I'm pretty excited to see what happens. Every game will have a new Mutator, and if we go to games 4 and 5, we will let the players select from the available mutators what they want to do. Now, Joreuz is instantly looking for some new tech on the kickoff to use his infinite jumps to rush to the ball. But clearly, he is having a better time here in these new game modes. Now, the idea that we were going for at first was to pick mutators that really only slightly changed the gameplay and weren't too ridiculous. This was one of the ones we wanted to include just in case to see what it would be like. But it is one we expected to change the gameplay massively. Joreuz is not going to the kickoff here. I don't know if Nush used any additional... Yeah, he just played it regular and got himself a goal. I think kickoffs at the end of the day won't change much, but Joreuz can instantly flip off of his recovery. And now out of the air, wave dash catch, a third. It's interesting because I think it's going to be a bit better than Infinite Boost. A lot of people want to watch Infinite Boost show matches all the time. They'll say, hey, Feer, why not Infinite Boost? And what ends up happening is people end up just being a little bit too fast, recovering a little bit too easily. When you have Unlimited Boost, you can basically do whatever you want at all times. But Infinite Flips is a bit different. They don't work as cleanly as just having Infinite Boost does. So it might not be as easy to just get whatever you want and play defense, as Joreuz uses his many flips here in defense. Nush now trying to go. I can't. Joreuz just soaring into the air with infinite jumps. Now, some of these guys may do this with Bacchus mod. There is a mod that allows you, or actually it might even be in the game now, isn't it? That lets you just flip infinitely in free play. So there's a chance these guys have a little bit of practice in playing with infinite jumps. Joreuz seems to be fairly comfortable. Nush, not quite as much, as Joreuz is going to make it 4-1 a minute 30 into this game. Every single landing can now be a wave dash if you wanted to. Joreuz, possession back into his own half. I want to see some crazy quadruple jump aerial. Nush, wow, how's the recovery when you have your flip forever? Oh, not good enough to get back to somebody who's on the ball with infinite boost, or infinite flips, I should say. Joreuz uses a flip here, and when he gets back down, use a second one to force the ball all the way in. Did he actually practice? I let these guys know a few days in advance what the various, mutators were going to be. I don't think any of them practiced, but it's clear that Joreuz has already found some places to use infinite jumps. Nush gonna bump away, and I wonder how much of this is gonna be muscle memory. Like Nush, he front flips here and then lands back down and then jumps again. But is there a world in which at the end of that first front flip just instantly throw another flip without hitting down? Would that be faster? It's not something that Nush is gonna be thinking through very often. Joreuz recovers back to this ball with a demo. Did he use multiple flips? I'm not sure. Respawn. Nush challenges into the ceiling and gets a third. Look at this. Flip into the ball. Every single landing can be a dash now. I want to show, I think Nush did it here. Diagonal flip and still a quick dash. That is not a zap dash. That is him just using a regular dash. Nush flipping like a madman to stay on top of the ball here in defense. Nush is getting it now. Joreuz, though, has infinite flips as well. It's such a really high-paced game. As Nush trying to reset on back corner boost here. Joreuz, nice double flip. Trying to throw Nush off. Both these guys seem to be more prepared for it. Nush in the air might go crazy. He's had some ridiculous montages made of his gameplay, and now he has as many flips as he wants, but he's actually just getting thrown off by Joreuz's infinite jump defense. He doesn't want to take the ball into a pre-jump defender, especially when there's very little risk, or a lot less risk, I should say, for Joreuz, who can just use flips to make up for any misplays. Nush to the sky again. Joreuz chaining jumps to push himself back down to the ground. You gotta watch from Joreuz's defensive POV. Dude, it's already coming naturally for him here. You can see one flip back to the corner and then instantly the opposite flip in order to land on the side wall to perfection. Fake flick. Not able to get it past Nush here. 2-goal lead for Joreuz. As Nush takes to the skies, what can he do with as many flips as he wants? He can just fake him all the way to the ground and get his goal all the same. Let's watch again from Joreuz, who has been using empty jumps to push himself back down. See, here he uses one after being up for like 20 minutes. He tried to push himself a little bit further down with an empty jump, but it wasn't quite enough. Joreuz, ooh, can't stop the kickoff goal either. Despite having extra flips. Loses this one here. I think he tried to use it. Maybe a dash actually threw him off. Big kickoff win for Joreuz, who is maybe over flipping here as he gets to the corner, but actually dodges a Nush demo attempt because of it. Pinch up high. Deleted. What does Nush have in store? Nush. Flip over the top of Joreuz. Joreuz is going to use his infinite flips to recover, though. In a regular game, he definitely got beat. But able to get right back to the ball. Now floating through the air. Going for a reset! I can't believe it! Joreuz went for a reset in an infinite boost game, or an infinite flip game. You absolutely do not need to do that. But Joreuz did. And he still gets his 6th goal. You just cannot stop the muscle memory. He needs to make sure Nush thinks he has a reset too. Nush off the side wall, dealing with a pre-jumping Joreuz. Musty flick over the top. Joreuz is going to go back as well. Oh my goodness. Joreuz's pre-jump defense with infinite jumps has been insane. Nush dropping the what a save. He still has a flip left. Oh my goodness. Nush. He definitely still has a flip left. He never doesn't have a flip left. And he's going to slot this one past Joreuz for the 6-6. 21 seconds left to go. This one's been really fun. This one hasn't been as crazy as I thought it would be. It's actually been pretty technical. I thought it was going to look nothing like regular gameplay. Obviously, it is certainly special, but it's not as bad. It's actually led to a lot of cool tech defensively as Joreuz makes a save. Now dashing his way back out. Pinch. Will he try and chase this one down? No, he's going to let it go to overtime. Nush. Will he do some cheese or delay kickoff, or is it going to be some insane quad flip finish to the game? Joreuz quick underneath the ball with a dash off of his flip kickoff. No longer do you need to wave dash kickoff necessarily. You can just flip into the ball and still get your wave dash recovery as Joreuz gets sent sailing into the back corner. Nush now. Full field dribble, one flip, has another one without needing to go for a reset. Will flick it, miss, dunk, it's in! Nush was playing from behind for the majority of the series. Joreuz showing off multiple reset defense. Ultimately, it does not pay off. He has to play from the ground and ends up slamming it right back into Nush. Gain number 1 to the Saudi Arabian. Now we re-roll Mutator. Okay, no more exotic mutators allowed. So I'm going to come in here and take out possession score, unlimited jumps, and split shot. And instead, we will roll and get dodge timer unlimited. Okay, this is like basically the other end. Hey YouTube, this video is sponsored by Epic Games and Rocket League Season 18. If you guys check out private matches right now, you can actually see there's a bunch of new mutators you can use to mix up your game, including some really unique ones like this possession score where you could take the ball and if you hold on to it for 1 to 3 seconds, that ends up being what adds goals to your score, as well as regular goals if you want, but you can actually turn those off as well, which can lead to a bunch of unique game modes you can play. And this is just one of many. There's lots of different options you could set up. And of course, there's also a new rocket pass as well to grab a new car and some new goal explosions. I have a feeling that this star chart goal explosion is going to be used quite a bit once I get here in the rocket pass. And not only that, but they added a new crossbar ping for when you slam into the crossbar. Now, when I went and tested this, I, of course, had no trouble instantly hitting the crossbar when I wanted to, but if you are having trouble, you can bring the ball underneath it in free play and just launch it up in there to hear those beautiful, beautiful sounds, and I'm sure you'll never hear them crossbarring out and always crossbarring in. Shout out Epic Games for sponsoring this video. All right, Joreuz versus Nush, game number 2. We just saw unlimited jumps and unlimited dodge timer, which is them flipping as much as they want, but Joreuz might instantly be taking use of this new slightly less crazy modifier, which is infinite dodge timer. He's going to jump and roll through the ball. By that time, probably no longer had a dodge. Maybe he did, honestly. It's hard to say. But he definitely does in this game mode, and will use it to get the first goal. Nush may be using it a bit as well. It's so funny. I go so often for this off of feel. In fact, for the longest time when I played the game, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what it was. What was the condition for it to not have a flip anymore? I was like, oh, I don't know. I just kind of know when I'm going to have one or not. And then, of course, the very obvious condition was revealed to me later. It's just a timer after your first jump. But we'll end up seeing just how fancy these guys can get with it. Nush could go off that pogo and still have a play to be made. He's going to pre-flip back to this one. And the post! The post is going to ping. By the way, that was added to the game as well. The crossbar and post pings. That was going to be the first one we've had this series. As Joreuz will flick to the top right to make it 2-1. It's kind of funny. This is actually a great way to start the event, I would say. And it was not on purpose. I promise it's not scripted or pre-recorded. But we went with first something like really, really exotic and different so that everyone understood the concept of the tournament. But also, I think we all agreed when we were making the mutators that this was the least mutatey mutator. Sure, it is different from regular gameplay, but probably by the least amount. You can just flip at any time after your single jump. It'll be fun to see how it plays out in both different types of styles. Joreuz actually saved this too hard, or stole it too hard. He can't get around it to score it. I'm so glad that we have only quick chats on right now, because your scamming messages that confuse the viewers can no longer show up. All you can say is quick chats. Joreuz flying up on an air dribble. Had to flip the whole way, but never had a chance to use it. Nush is going to shoot on an open net and get himself a third goal. Joreuz, nice save to clear that one away. He's also rocking the new car. Something that I just noticed. I think he rocked it last game as well, no? Checking out the new Dodge. He played a little bit in the Batmobile as well. So he's definitely a guy who's willing to throw in a new vehicle and see how it goes. Joreuz sending this one into the crossbar. It's funny, the first goal looked like it might have mattered that they have unlimited time on their dodger or dodge timer, but since then we're now basically just watching a regular old 1v1 as Joreuz going to try and 50 this in. Credit to Nush for keeping that out somehow. Nush now into the skies, does get the resets. Long shot sent into the corner. Ceiling pinch. Oh my goodness, it's on target. Joreuz can't get back, but it's too high. Off the double, he's able to deny it. Joreuz making sure he couldn't send it down to the ground, which is the only way Nush was going to score. But then no follow-up for Joreuz. Nush. Oh my goodness. Using that late flip. But gets the crossbar ping to send it down and out. Joreuz, nice shots. I can't tell. Let me count this one out real quick. 1 Mississippi. No, I think he has that for legit. That's legit. No extended timer Nush. Nice backflip. Able to score this one without getting a reset. Single jumps off the wall. Just follows the ball and flips underneath it before using the backflip. It's going to take a while to get used to this and prepare for that kind of shot defensively. Joreuz is not used to expecting someone to be able to flick from that position. I'll try and throw the mutators underneath the scoreboard. It's going to be pretty small. I meant to make an overlay, but I had a lot to do before the stream. For now, it is unlimited dodge timer as Joreuz shows. Nice save from Nush. My goodness. Nush is popping off. As Joreuz takes us into his back corner and Nush direct challenge. Did he get the perfect bounce? He did. He got the absolute perfect bounce. Also, if I press tab, you can see the actually the mutator is right behind your guys' quick chats. But it's dodge timer unlimited. Jody boy. If this shows up on screen, hi YouTube. Feer has tried his best to hide us from you, but that won't stop me from saying how beautiful you are. Much love. This feels like a trap. As soon as you guys actually get released, you'll be so much meaner. 40 seconds for Joreuz to get 2. Felt like he was going to get game number 1. He still has his flip for the ground pinch. But he sends it off the backboard. Needs a goal soon if he wants to compete here. Nush has done a really good job being proactive defensively. Nush moving like crazy in net. Joreuz just tries to go slow and will body it in on the ground. 5-4. Joreuz needs a good kickoff. Nush, though, the one who seems to get control of the ball and probably secures game number 2. Nush now to the ceiling, trying to style to finish out this game. But it's looking like the first 2 are going to Nush. Time to roll for a new mutator. If Joreuz survives to game 4, he'll get to pick his mutator, but for now, he's got no choice. It'll be random. Game number 3. Nush and Joreuz now playing with Score Absorb. Now, this is a perfect example of how it starts. It's going to be basically a debuff to kickoff goals. Notice that Nush scores right away with the ball completely not charged up. He's only going to get 1 point for that. Effectively putting a damper on kickoff goals. Now, I imagine the longer the play goes, the more this ball will end up charging up, and it will give midfield play an additional point. Now, I don't know if Nush is going to try and get a little bit of speed on this one before it goes in. Seems like he tried to. He also has 108 ping, not the best. But 2 kickoff goals are going to account for only 2 points. Now, is this ball not charging up? I feel like it does not take a very hard straw. There we go. All right, it's charged. I believe now it'll be worth 2, and I think at most it'll be worth 3 when it gets supercharged, as Joreuz will take control of it. He can actually tie the game now by scoring the first midfield play, and he goes over the top of Nush. This one's wide open. Tie game. So how do we feel about this one? I think a lot of people who don't like 1v1 have a big complaint that kickoffs are too important. Well, what this has done has rewarded Joreuz for getting the only open field play so far. Oh my goodness, Nush, or in this case, putting a little bit of extra power on a ball and getting a 2-pointer through the air. It is off the first possession, but Nush, flipping from behind the ball, gives it the extra sauce to power it up right before it heads in the nets. Joreuz not going to make it back to this one. Nush, kickoff goal, only worth 1. Joreuz bumped off the ball as Nush charged it up on the flip. We have yet to see a 3-pointer, but again, Joreuz could actually tie it up by charging this ball up and being the one to score this midfield play. Nush puts one on target. No, it'll be a 2-pointer in favor of Nush. You are never out of it. I mean, a 5-goal game looks ridiculous, but we're seeing mostly 2-pointers now. Can't let Nush go to too much work, though, on the side wall. The reset charges it up. The fake. Oh, my goodness, Nush. He's putting on a score absorb clinic. First, charge up the ball. Second, the wave dash fake. And then an air roll around the ball to finish it. Joreuz, nice little charge up. Is he hoping to get a 3-pointer? He should definitely try and flick it. This flick is not enough, though, to get it to 3. So we'll still only see a 2-pointer. Joreuz rotating back with no boosts. Nush charging up a reset to flick. Oh my goodness, Nush. Nush has had precision strikes. Still no 3-pointers yet. But a great flick. Oh, so much power. There's no Mutator on the ball to give it extra speed. I am 99% sure that the drop shot ball behaves like a regular ball, except for, you know, its look and the fact that it gives you extra points. It's not like Nush is using an advantage to get an even better shot. Nush lobbing this one up, wants a demo, gets it. Oh my goodness. Joreuz is dropping himself a what a save. This score looks more ridiculous than it actually is, but it is certainly Nush favored all the same. Joreuz catch, needs this ball charged up. Wants a 50 to get it. Actually pretty smart gameplay from Joreuz. The kickoff was in his favor, but if he just rolled it in, it was not going to be worth extra points. So he actually plays for the 50 to let Nush charge it up and then get a 2-pointer. Nush, another first possession. Flick. Denied and charged. A pinch. Not going to send it to 3. Joreuz is actually trying to be a little patient. He says okay after he gets demoed. Respawns and puts it on target. But Nush going to be able to clean it up. There's the sorry. As Nush. Can we see our first 3-pointer? He put enough power on that it's not going to matter. Top right. 15-6. Again, it's not completely over. Divide his lead by 2 is more of a better idea to see how much he's behind. So as opposed to being down 9, probably more like 4, which is not great, but not impossible. Nush now flicking to get another reset. Can he get a third? Going for a pogo shot or a shot on the ground. Now Joreuz, could he possibly get a 3-pointer out of this? Backboard double, boom the ball as hard as he can. Nah, still only 2 points. The ball will charge up to 3. You know, I gave this a good test before this started. It does get up to 3 points. It's possible. I'm sorry. But it hasn't happened yet. Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Every single one of these has been pretty fun. So far, the 3 game modes that we've played have definitely been interesting mix-ups that aren't too egregious. Joreuz cannot challenge this one away from Nush. He's just been way too good off the kickoff. And that has been a big problem for Mr. Joreuz. Lead back to 7. Joreuz is going to charge up this ball, dodge the demo. Now only 12 boosts to work with. Flick over the top of Nush. I don't think there's a way you can get it charged to 3. I think there's going to have to be a lot more midfield play to get it charged all the way up to 3. But it's actually working out almost beautifully. It's like kickoff goals, straight direct kickoff goals that get scored with no defense afterwards. are only worth 1, it would seem. We'll see if Nush proves me wrong. But no, yeah, only worth 1. And then any sort of midfield play at all is going to get to 2. And then hopefully, if we have a really long back and forth, we just haven't had it all this game yet, it'll get charged up to 3. For now, just 2-pointers and 1-pointers. And I think all the 1-pointers have gone to Nush. I don't know if Joreuz has scored any kickoffs from the 1-pointers. Nush going to take this one away. Full field dribble. Surely it'll get charged up in the process. As the resets, wants a wave dash shot. Joreuz sends it high. Fake. Got Joreuz to jump initially. As he switches the field, will it potentially charge up here? Joreuz reset. First touch off the ball. The flick is low and in. And not a 3-pointer though still. I think someone has to basically boom the ball. In 1v1, too often these guys are trying to get controlling touches. But they're going to have to just slam it once away from their control, which is not something that they want to do very often, I think, to get it up to 3. Nush. Possession off kickoff. Joreuz needs 4 points. It is possible to get a 3-pointer. That's what's crazy. If this were to charge up, he'd actually get himself within 1. As he makes this save. Nush chasing down the ball. Can Joreuz get one more charge? Does he want to go for another low 50? That might be what charges it up. And then gets him 3. Instead, he's going to go air dribble bump. Nush. Now a 3-pointer. First potential 3-pointer of the game to ice it up through the air. Flip underneath the ball. Top right. Nush from downtown will hit a 3-pointer. Joreuz says the ball is so weird. I guess it's been awkward trying to make defensive reads. It does seem like it's maybe a little bit softer. I think it might be more than just the point differential. But Nush is so, like, Nush just makes it seem like it's completely normal. I mean, the way he's able to control it, you'd think if it was 1.5 gravity, though, like, he wouldn't be able to do this. But maybe it just doesn't matter. Either way, GG's. We do not get to the point where Joreuz would get to pick his match. It's a sweep in favor of Nush, as he'll head to the semis.